Welcome, everybody, to the Classy Climb Tech Tuesday. You already know it's going down in the building. We have our lovely host, Dr. Dix, coming on through South Carolina. Dr. Dix, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are and why you're our expertise on automation.
My name, I'm gonna disclose my whole name. My whole name
Mm-hmm.
is Dr. Patrick Dix. I am from South Carolina, still reside in South Carolina. And I have taught over 14,000 students various classes, graduate, undergrad. I've been an adjunct professor for 7 years. So software architecture, everything pretty much you would take to attain a computer science degree. I have taught those classes and I have several that I'm teaching now. And the reason that I am a subject matter expert in automation is because I wrote a dissertation entitled "The Automation of Manufacturing and the Potential Effects on Rural Communities in South Carolina." I completed my dissertation last June. Took about 2 years to complete it. And that is why I have such a vast amount of knowledge on the subject, because I did what they called a qualitative case study. And I actually interviewed people and executives and government officials and elected officials on this issue. So that's why I have a lot of knowledge in this subject area.
All right. I just want to say, by any times, you guys, if you hear any echoing or you hear noise, help us help you. I want to make sure the headset's connected. I'm pretty sure it is this time. Because yesterday's show was very equity and I did not like that, but y'all didn't tell me. So help me help you. All right. So because I saw your comments talking about my accent. Okay. Y'all can hear me speak English. Y'all know what I'm saying. Dr. Dix is from South Carolina. They worse. You can hear Dr. Dix, you can hear me. Stop playing with me. Okay. So make sure y'all hit the like button. Help me fight Skynet. Y'all know Skynet is real.
Yeah.
Because this channel should be at 100,000 subscribers. We all know that we're being throttled, but it is what it is. We're going to run ads and keep it pushing. Okay. So today in the Gambit, I want to share with y'all many of articles that I have pulled up for you guys today. Now, y'all be talking about, oh, Erica, you guys are being dramatic. Skynet ain't coming that fast. Now, if you have noticed, let me go on back here. I just typed in automation 2021 just to see what would pop into my beautiful computer. Y'all, they have everything you can think of, from robot calls to they have even insurance, white paper insurance labels. Say
Mhm.
goodbye to bots. Honey, they are doing it. So I just went ahead and pulled out several articles because if I say it, y'all don't believe it. But if I bring you somebody and we can talk about it, y'all might believe it more. So we're gonna start with the benefits of marketing automation. And this is with stats. We're gonna give you the statsy stats.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm gonna do about 3 of them and then let you talk. 63% of companies are using marketing automation to outperform competitors. Sales productivity increased 14.5% after using marketing automation. 77% of business owners had an increase in conversions after using marketing software. Okay, we're going down here. 80% of marketers saw an increase in the number of leads using marketing automation software. Even this one, this is a good one because y'all love working at customer support.
Mhm.
Using chatbots can help save you 30% of your customer support costs. Now, what does that mean? Now, let me read this out to you. It is predicted that businesses will spend 1.3 trillion. That's trillion with a T, not a B, not billion, not million, trillion every year to customer service requests. For the companies that have incorporated chatbots into their marketing automation, they claim chatbots have saved them 30% on customer support costs.
Ooh.
30%, y'all. Y'all about to be out the door. Chatbots can help out a business. It's good to hear that 47% of customers are open to buying items through a chatbot. Okay. In 2021, chatbots should take over 85% of customer service requests. Let me say it again. By the end of 2021, chatbots will take over 85% of customer service requests. Now, what did that just tell you? What did that just tell you, Dr. Diggs?
Many people are about to become obsolete and not have a job, and um, it's about to get very tough, as you have been saying, and Kevin Samuels has been saying, winter is coming.
See,
And,
man, we said it first over here, but okay. No.
and This is a topic area that I've talked to several people about. I live close to Augusta, Georgia, and they have a T-Mobile call center. And I saw
Mhm.
on the app they were hiring a bunch of people. I've said this years ago. Why would we need to pay you $20 an hour for someone to call you to troubleshoot a phone when you could either have a help menu, or when you go to like I have AT&T, there's a chat bot that can direct
Mhm.
you to find everything. And several jobs, as I've disclosed on previous shows, are going to be automated. Automation is going to not only affect blue collar, white collar jobs too. So we are in for a rude awakening. There are several people, you were talking about stats, they don't believe it. I saw Antoine Wade on his channel. Somebody was asking the same question: is automation going to eliminate my job? This is a very serious topic area
Mhm.
that no one is covering. And with all the things going on now, everybody has to remember last year when basically the whole world shut down, the big boys at the top were trying to figure out how not to bring their employees back to work.
Mhm.
And they are finding a way to do it. So we will use artificial intelligence, machine learning, collaborative robots. There are many people that work in factories right now and say, "Oh, that's a nice machine." Many of those machines are learning what you are doing, and they're going to find ways to shave time off of the process. So anywhere a company can save money and cut people out of it, they will do it. So people, you need to be aware. Stop buying Hellcat chargers. That's one of my favorite Hellcats. I went to the store, the mall, the other week, and everybody had on Gucci slippers. I went to Charlotte to hang out for the 4th of July
Oh
week.
Lord, Charlotte bad on it. See, Charlotte's where everybody in Atlanta that can't afford to stay there move to. And I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stay beside that. I don't care what y'all tell me. When I go to Charlotte, half the license plate say Georgia. So I
Yep.
ain't trying to hear it.
And the thing about automation is something you can't learn. I see somebody in the chat posted that. The thing is, you have to figure out tasks that can't be automated as fast.
Mhm.
Anything repetitive. The driverless trucks. I see a lot of guys that are into the 18 wheelers. Elon Musk, they're with Tesla. They're trying to figure out. They already have driverless trucks. So
Mhm.
there are going to be very few professions that actually are not affected by automation, and people really need to prepare. You need to learn. You need to go to school. You need to get a blue collar task. You need to get a white collar task. All
Blue collar, you always gonna need a person to come fix that plumbing. You always gonna need a person to come fix that roof. You
exact
always gonna need a person to come put the hinges on, handyman services, paint your house. They listen, Hector and Julio ain't letting nobody come through there. Okay, because they know you're gonna need them to manually do that stuff.
And a lot of people think this is a joke. I turned 37 in May, this past May. I remember
Congrats. Happy birthday.
I remember in the year 2000, I was in the 10th grade, and I see some of these people now.
Oh yeah. I know what
They
you're talking about.
were talking trash in the early 2000s. We had dial-up internet. I remember going to school.
Mhm.
The internet wasn't as prevalent as it was now with email, because you used to have to buy the AOL CDs for $9.95 and all this other stuff. So one of the things is, I remember people saying back in the year 2000, man, ain't nobody going to school. You were making $7 an hour. This was 15 years ago when I started the South
15.
Carolina. This is when I started the South Carolina State 2 years ago. Not 2 years ago, 15 years ago in 2006. I had guys that I knew were making $8 an hour, and I tried to get some of the guys to go to college. They said to me, I can make more than somebody that has a degree. You were only grossing $320 a week. And
And they are pushing against Erica. Everybody ain't meant to go to college. I get that. I get that. But it can't be 99% of the black community can't go to college. Something off with that. That don't even sound logical.
it
99% of us can't go. Well, then what are we doing? Because you sure ain't
so,
sending these boys to trade schools.
so you got to think there's a difference between gross and net. Net is what is deposited in your bank account. Gross is what you'll make during the week. And you got to factor in taxes. You got to factor in health care, if you're doing 401k. But you look at it now, how can you make it off $320 gross with taxes? You're getting $280 a week.
You live with Big Booty Shirley.
That's about it.
You live
And
with your grandma in that extra room.
and the thing is, a lot of people are just acting nonchalant about this. You know, you have your mean cashiers at. I've seen it at the McDonald's. They have a kiosk now where you order your food. Oh, one of the things that has changed food and restaurant stuff forever is online ordering. You order online,
Yeah.
you just pick it up, and they have the DoorDash, the Uber. But a lot of companies now are going to have 50% takeout, 50% dine in. And with this Delta variant going around, people, I don't know. I remember, Erica, you said this, they're going to have rolling lockdowns. They already today said you got to wear the mask again, the CDC said. So a lot of y'all out here been playing around, and these eviction memorandums in this week. So a lot of y'all been playing around with life and been having the opportunity to get it right since March 2020. There were a lot of people that just were a victim of circumstances. I feel for those people, but a lot of y'all took advantage of the system and did nothing with the PPP fraud, any of that stuff, and have nothing to show for it. And when Uncle Sam wants his
Dr.
money,
Dr. Dix, I want to see if you agree with me on this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to.
uh-huh.
I think a lot of people thought, okay, if they don't send another stimulus, then I'll go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because guess what? August, them children going back to school. Right? If we only got 1 in 3 daycares left open,
Mm-hmm.
somebody got to go be a daycare worker. Somebody got to go work after school. And all these jobs we're talking about right now, I'm not trying to pick on women. I really am not. But I remember we have a cousin. He's the only boy in our family, because our family has a kind of protocol where they send every boy into service. He was the only one that didn't want to do military service. He had asthma. You know, he just is one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to college. His first job out is working at a call center for Wells Fargo. My uncle sat him down and said, listen to me, honey, that ain't it. That ain't it. You're going to have to go get a real job. And I'm not knocking women who have these jobs, but most women work in these administrative, children and retail jobs.
Yes.
And it's about to get real.
That is listed in my dissertation. Automation is going to affect women more than any other group because they work a lot of administrative tasks. And I've talked to women and said, hey, have you ever thought about the possibility of a computer program doing your job? They would say, why would they do that? Because if we can eliminate 20 of you and just have one person
Stop arguing up there.
doing,
Have you seen Lowe's or Home Depot lately? Lowe's and Home Depot's most frustrating, most high turnover, most drama-filled section of the store was cashiers. Who was the head cashier, who was the shift leader, I remember nobody wanted that job. They'd always be promoting somebody. Sometimes they put a man over their department. It was like turnover, right? They fussing with people, they arguing with people. They always got a problem. They put them kiosks up there. Where y'all at now?
Yeah.
You can't lift stuff in the store and you don't know nothing about any other part of the store. Guess what? You ain't got no job, sis.
And many of the kiosks, I went to Home Depot a couple of weeks ago or so to get something. It was one young lady and there were 4 self-checkouts. And 2 of them only take credit cards. 2 of them dispense cash back and 2 are credit cards only. So you have to think, well, what do they need me for if they have self-checkout? Because if you're like me, if you go to Kroger or something, if you go to Kroger a certain time of night, you're going to ring up all your groceries yourself down here in South Carolina.
I believe that after 7:30, probably.
And
you know what you said about the takeout? I'm gonna agree with you. You know why? It trains you how to order your own food online, right? Because most of us, I'm gonna tell you prime example. My weakness out here, and blame it on my ex. He used to always take us to Texas Roadhouse. Oh my goodness, I love that place, right? Well, if you called or you came to the window where the girls are, sometimes they be having a little attitude. Bunch of little teenagers, or they didn't. Oh, we ain't taking no more orders, baby. It's 9:20. Y'all don't close to 10. You taking orders? So we got used to ordering online, right? Pandemic. Well, now I order on. I be like, I want a steak. Order online. I don't even talk to them at the window. Order online and pick it up. And I'm telling you, people, they trained us to do it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I went to the Hooters in Columbia on South Carolina on Saturday.
I'm telling your girlfriend. No. I know I'm messing with you.
I don't have one, so
we're gonna have a different conversation off computer on that one.
So what happened? I've been to that Hooters several times. They've had a high turnover. And I asked the waitress, I said, hey, do you have a lot of waitresses? She said, no, they've been quitting. She said, we had a whole kitchen staff quit the other week. And now we got 3 new people. And I got there about 9 o'clock. after about an hour and a half, I didn't really have anything to do on Saturday night. I said, wow, I'm observing. I said, who's the manager? I said, I've sat here and found out what was your problem. The takeout, the call out, or not call out, but the online orders are being fixed before the people in here are being served. So
Mm-hmm.
the speed, they basically was fixing the food for the people that were coming up to the register or doing
Mm-hmm.
online orders. And then the people inside were getting seated and getting fed their food. So I said, wow. And I said, you got girls in here acting, swishing their hair around. I said, I thought you had to wear hair nets. She said, no, we don't have to wear hair nets. And she said, you want to know something else? There's a little girl in here. I don't know if you've seen her. She has braces. She's on OnlyFans. And the guys were
telling everybody business, just messy.
She said they only want to come sit in her area, and she's on OnlyFans. And I said, what? And
She's trying to cross promote. Okay.
And I said, the STEMI money probably is about to run out. She said, yes, it is. We can't keep anyone. And I don't know if you've been to any place recently, but there are places now close to where I live. They don't have anybody in them. And you're just wondering, like, what is going on? There are almost 10 million jobs open. And what a lot of people need to realize is right now is the perfect time. If you want to move up in a company, people are so lazy to where you could start in a company and go up very fast because everybody's working.
Well, also too, with the lockdowns, a lot of those boomers, people are concerned about their health. When I had the office and two of the girls were 23 and they went on a boat party and came back, one of them was sick. Well, guess what we had to do? Oh, we had to tell the guy on staff he's over 60 years old. He's had a heart attack before.
Yeah.
So again, you're gonna have some people. Someone in here, medical is always hiring. This is very true. I switched my major so quick. I'm also enrolling Kamoy's class. I put Kamoy's class in the comment section. You'll always need somebody to write script. Fast food places like Mr. Beast are the future, right? Our Walmart only has self-checkout. Oh, they ain't even playing with y'all.
Yep. And the next thing, used to have the gas service attendants. Mm-hmm. You're going to have gas stations with nobody to them because they're pretty much like that now. The only reason people go into the gas station is really inside is to get beer, to get cigarettes. But I can see now the next model is going to be the gas station that's 24/7. The pumps are on. Why do we need an attendant? If the network goes down, we could have somebody log in through a VPN and fix it. Or we'll have somebody come out every couple of weeks or every other week and do maintenance or clean up around it. But even they're going to make it. I mean, for narcotics, you have to go to the pharmacy, but a lot of people get their medicines in the mail.
Yep. And that's how my mom's medicine got stolen. Our neighbor's son, a police officer, son was on the pills, stole my mom's medicine. So we got to watch the mailbox now. That's why when people say, why y'all got these Ring cameras, doorbell cameras, Ring doorbell cameras about to go through the roof. Because those easy crimes, stealing packages, like they have this one guy in Atlanta on the camera. He riding around in a Dodge Hellcharger. I'm sorry, we got to go there. He's in a Hellcat. He's in a Dodge Hellcat. He is literally with no mask on his face, no nothing, dreads, pants sagging, going on porches, just picking up packages. He's doing it so much the neighbors now are like, hey, stop it. We see your license plate. Oh, boy, don't care. He done made this a part of his day. Like this is his job route, to steal packages.
And, I look at other tasks for what I went to school for. The thing now is, I've said this numerous times also, there are jobs now that people are going to school for that won't be around in the next couple of years. I've asked people, I said, you went to Spelman or some of these very prestigious schools for that? I said, what? I said, what was your return on investment? And a lot of young people don't have a mentor to say, hey, you don't need to major in that. I was taught as a kid by my parents. You have fun later, but you make money first. A lot of people want their hobby to pay them. No, your hobby is for the weekends. You need to get a job that can pay you money. And a lot of people now are trying to put their hobby into everything. No, you're paying $80,000 for a degree that can only pay you $50,000. You got to pray and hope you get with somebody like Kevin Samuel say, marry the right guy that can help you with your lifestyle. Or men, you got to try to get with somebody and say, well, you make 50, I make 50, we make $100,000 together.
But then guess what? If old girl want to sit down and have a baby, it's a problem. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, read this off real quick. Now, many of y'all be talking about social media. Automated social media posts and ads can save you more than 6 hours a week. I am one of these people. I have already signed up for some stuff that is posting stuff for me for the rest of the year. Y'all think I'm joking? Not even playing. Marketing automation adopting statistics. 63 of marketers plan to increase their marketing automation budget. 27% of companies say they consider themselves new to automation, right? 51% of companies are even currently using it now.
Yeah.
61% of companies are trying to implement. 86% of marketers says ease of use is critical factor when evaluating automation tools. Remember when we had Dr. Dix on before and I said there's going to be 2 levels of tech? Stuff that your grandma and grandpa can figure out on their phone.
Yeah.
Stuff for the young people and stuff for us at work trying to figure it out can be trained on it. It's just going to be levels to this. And a lot of stuff y'all not going to be able to. I see TikTok as a hot mess, but some young people are like, this is great, right? It's going to be levels to this. Let me see here. Oh, I forgot. Half of these I don't care about. Let me go to this other one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like some of them I know because I've been reading about them. 5 trends in robotic process automation in 2021. Okay, let me go down here. Increase employee experience engagement, improve security and compliance. Now, compliance is a department held by a lot of women. Just gonna go there. Higher quality services, increased agility, reduced implementation time. Give me a break, y'all. Reduce costs, improve data reporting. Y'all know I got a speech impediment. Okay. So again, what does these things do? They connect ecosystems. They develop citizens. They are next business level workflows. So a lot of the stuff that you guys are going to see next year in AI, basically machine learning, ML, natural language processing, intelligence, opulent character recognition. Basically your eyeball, recognize your eyeball. Okay. And image recognition. Now, why is this important? If I'm on the phone and we make a joke about Black people doing this, what do we do when we get on the phone and it's a robot? What do we do, Dr. Dix?
Hang up.
We do that, but we also go, speak to representative.
Yeah.
Speak to representative.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to train the computer. Okay, well, we know you want to speak to representative, but could you tell me what you want to speak about? Right. So then I'd be getting mad, I'd be like, speak to representative. Right. And so they're trying to train these machines to talk to you like a person so that you don't quickly want to get off the phone with them. Now, I've done this when I call Delta. Now, you know, Delta full of people working.
Yeah.
And American Airlines. Oh, it's going to be 3 hours. Do you want to wait or get a call back? I'd be like, I will wait. I got more than one cell phone. I will have this phone sitting over here for 3 hours listening to a terrible phone call, right? Because if I hang up, it's not guaranteed that I'm going to get that call back. Okay. So anyway, but this is some of the trends going. So I just want to show y'all that. But go ahead, Dr. Dix.
Yeah, it is a big trend, and human resources can be automated. Well, somebody will say, how can they automate human resources? Basically, we could have a bunch of programmers write this. Well, not scheme. I'm writing up a database scheme. We could write an algorithm.
Basically, I'm gonna show y'all.
One of the things about human resources is basically making sure you're compliant. So what we can do like a check in the code to say, hey, if this is not compliant, send somebody an email. Somebody will say, well, how could they do that? Because now you can go through an app and do all of your stuff from your computer. The teaching jobs that I've gotten, you do everything through you could do it through an app or through a link they send you to. You upload your I-9, you do your I-9 form and everything else. So one person can do the job of 50, and it is automating everything. You're setting up, basically you're doing everything. You're putting in your own banking information. You're doing, if you're an FTE, full-time employee, you're setting up all of that. So people still are going to school for human resources. I said, for human resources, a system basically is going to take care of that. Basically a database is holding the information anyway. And people don't have the vision to see it is the year 2021. How I tell people to make sure that they have a job, think about what's going to be profitable in the next 5 to 10 years and make sure you're there, because a lot of jobs and a lot of people are not going to have jobs in the next 5 to 6 years. I know people are sad to hear that, but the world has to progress. We are in what we call the 4th industrial revolution. The United States is living off technology from the late 1800s and Intel from the 1960s and through the 80s. So we have to progress.
Dr. Dix, I'm sorry, I'm in that student in class. Dr. Diggs, Dr. Diggs.
Yeah.
So he just said, how can you automate human resources? So I literally typed in, because I know this is very much typed, human automation for HR, human resources, HR chatbot for employees, deploy HR virtual assistant, top HR systems, automated HR system for payroll solution as well. HR automation, the future of HR process management.
Yeah.
All these.
And we have to be honest. I've heard you say this, and I've heard other people on your channel say this. Everybody cannot do STEM. Everybody cannot be a programmer. Everybody cannot be a developer. Everybody cannot be a designer. It takes a specific type of analytical and technical thinking to do all of that. I've done it, and it's very laborious. So that's why I stopped programming about 10 years ago and never did it again, because it's a different kind of animal. But we got to stop. We have to find out what people like to do and say, well, I want to go to school for STEM. Okay, so what do you want to do? You could be technical, you could do engineering, you could do math. And see, this is the thing too. I know everybody's going into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is going to get overpopulated. It's slowly doing it already. Everybody's going into a field, and somebody will say that's not true. It's getting overpopulated. You got to think, okay, what's going to be popular in the next 7 years? How about work towards that? Because everybody now is saying, well, cyber. Well, what are you going to do when they figure out and have artificial intelligence figure out how to secure a system better? You can't replicate what a computer system can do at half the cost.
And people don't understand that. They really don't.
And it's that's the next phase. Well, I'm this kind. I get paid $140 to do this cyber stuff. Okay, well, we'll help them come up with $1 million machine that'll support everything, and it'll find out, because security is just like rust on a car. You can slow it down, but you'll never stop it.
Dr. Diggs, this is one job I think that they're going to purposely stall out and make slow, because the department requires it, just the way our government works. Someone said a lot of people don't realize how long the IRS takes to do anything. They're going to be coming after PPP frauds for the next decade. And I think it's a part of job security. They here in Austin, they have a building the size of a school. Like, they purchased basically a former smaller like elementary school, and it's nothing but IRS workers in there. Because after the man flew the plane into the building, they wanted something more secure with a fence. But trust me, they are making that. I will try to call the IRS and they'll be like, oh, you have to mail us this form. Why can't I email it? Not secure. Why can't I fax it? Not secure. Then, it's just like a bunch of running around in circles, but they have made it that way. Somebody said they went to Home Depot last week. Only in West Texas, only had one cashier. Yep. Everything was self-checkout. That drives me crazy, because there's so much theft. Like, everything we learned in Lowe's back in the day was all about worried about theft.
Well, I think a lot of us need to get into academia more. I can tell you from experience, I've been an adjunct professor for 7 years. We've had Zoom calls. Guess who's the only person in there with a terminal STEM degree? I'm the only person out of about 15 people. Everybody else has a doctorate degree, but what people don't realize, there are classes that I can teach that no one else can teach, because I have a computer science undergrad, and I have the MBA with the emphasis in information technology management masters, and then I have the doctorate of science, and then I have 25 years of technology experience. There are classes that other people cannot even teach. And I wish more of us would get terminal STEM degrees. There are maybe 3 people I can call that have a STEM terminal degree. We have, if you're going to go do a doctorate degree, please do it in something STEM related, because we need people to research. We need people to do analytical things. We need people to do technical stuff. But a lot of us are shying away from the hard stuff. And when it comes time up, because how it works, if I can teach undergrad, graduate, and doctoral, if you're in a graduate program, the only person that can teach you is somebody with a doctorate degree. And if it's a management and information systems class, there's very few people that can teach that class. A master's person can't teach it, but I can teach it because I have a terminal degree. And if somebody's going to go to school to get a terminal degree, I highly emphasize that you do it in something STEM related. Biology, do it in engineering, do it in math, because the wave of the world, people always want to be taught. that came out. People always want to be taught something.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things is you can work from anywhere in the world being in academia. You could be an adjunct. That's what I do. It's not my full-time job, but I love teaching because I realize that a majority of the time I'm the support system for the students. And I like it. And probably down the line, I'll end up being a president of a university or something. But as of right now, I really get to see firsthand how we're disproportionately represented in a lot of classes. And I teach at a prestigious university. So somebody would say, it's the schools you're teaching at. No, I've taught everywhere and I'm teaching everywhere now. And we did a call earlier. I was the only Black person in there. Everybody else is doing sociology and stuff. Even if you were to look at my bio, everybody else, that's how you want your stuff to stand out. And this means to where when classes become available, there's only one person they can reach out to, because data analytics and everything is a part of STEM.
Mm-hmm.
I am telling you, you could teach in China, Japan, everywhere. You go on LinkedIn, you go on Indeed, there are professor jobs. And I'm going to get mathematical now. This is one of the things too. I've said this before. A lot of y'all men out here, we're about to just call it what it is. You don't need to try to marry any kind of woman unless you make $120,000 for 48 months straight. You need to make that minimum. What people don't realize is it takes $6,000 to $7,000 a month to take care of a household. If your mortgage is $2,000, for instance, if you get paid $110,000, you're only going to bring $70,000 home. Especially if you don't have any dependents, they're going to take all your money. You have to think, well, I just can't live off this one income. You have to find other ways to have supplemental income. And if you are a single person like myself, you don't have kids, you should be working. If you're single, the word broke shouldn't even be in your vocabulary, because you shouldn't have any responsibilities. You don't have any responsibilities. So a lot of guys want to get out here and say, well, I make this and that. Do you know how hard it is to make $10,000 a month to gross it? And then if you don't have any dependents, they're going to take all your money in taxes. Then you got 401k and everything else. So a lot of y'all got to figure out how to get the math down when you want to try to go buy these nice houses and stuff and struggle. Don't work hard in life to struggle. And then you meet these gold diggers out here saying, I make this and that. No, they're going to take your money. If you go, you go to court and they're going to say, oh, you make $125,000 a month, not a month, a year. We want $1,500 a month in child support. You would say, how are you going to take $1,500 a month? Because we looked at what you pay for. So we want $1,500 a month for you for this kid. This is no game out here. And a lot of men need to learn that you can't go out here trying to marry and play the game unless you have the money. You need to make that kind of money. And to take care of a household with $6,000 to $7,000 a month, that's $84,000 a year. You got to gross about $150,000. If it's just you and your wife, you need to make $150,000 to $200,000. Somebody would say there's only, like I think Kevin Samuel said, the top 1% people in the world, the United States make that kind of money. Well, that's where you need to get into the gig economy, as he said so many times on his videos. Mm-hmm. Please make sure you have 5 to 20 types of incomes coming in, because you got to think, well, you're physically working at your job now. You don't need $6,000 a month. You need $6,000 a month to take care of a house. If your mortgage is $1,500, that means you have about $4,500. Let's see, you got to put in savings, incidentals. You got to have money to save in case something happens. Yes, it takes that much money a month to live. I just spent $180 and went to the grocery store today, eating healthy. Mm-hmm. And that was just for myself. So it takes money to live. Oh, a matter of fact, if you have an $800 a month Audi payment with a $2,000 a month mortgage, that's $2,800 gone already. So it takes that to live.
Dr. Dick, so to support what you were saying here, I have another one I wanted to share with you guys. Here it is. Hold on one second. This is a Zapier report case, because everybody been home, so they've been surveying. What are y'all doing? What work are y'all doing? So the state of business automation, 94% of workers say they perform repetitive, time-consuming tasks in their role. Don't worry, sis, they about to let you go. 9 out of 10 knowledge workers say the automation has improved people's lives in the workplace.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and hit that twice. They survey you. You say you tired of doing repetitive tasks. Then they survey you, and your dumb self say, "This is great." Okay, so let's keep going. 88% of people say automation allows their company to compete with larger companies. 2 out of 3 knowledge workers. Now, do y'all understand what the definition of a knowledge worker is? That means somebody that's typing on a laptop, typing on a computer, working in the computer business, not with their hands, basically, not physical work. 2 out of 3 knowledge workers say automation has helped them be more productive at work. 65% of knowledge workers are less stressed at work because they automate manual tasks. 2/3 of knowledge workers would recommend automation to other businesses. Now, what did those people just do for themselves?
They just X themselves out of a job. Because first of all, you say
Look at that map. Look at this map. Look at this map. This was last year, 2020. Look at that. Y'all silly. Y'all silly. Y'all gone. This is in March and April and May. So by the time it got down here to July, the company done figured out, okay, so they do the same things over and over here in this spike. We don't need all these people.
Mm-mm. We can go
We don't need all these people.
We can go from 50 to 10 people. And then what they're going to do, they'll get some temp. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have heard of temp agency. See, this is what a lot of companies do. I worked for a temp agency about 12 years ago, 2010, when I got out of college, and I learned how to make money. If your salary, if I got paid $14 an hour, they took $2 an hour off the top. So if they're taking $2 an hour from everybody, I always wonder how would they make money. So the temp agency will say, well, Patrick, we ain't gonna pay. The company will say, we ain't gonna pay you $80,000. What we'll do, we'll get these 19 and 20-year-old temps in here and pay them $12 an hour, and they'll do the same stuff you can do. And they'll say, well, we're saving money because what we'll do, we'll hire them part-time. We won't make them FTEs and have to pay them benefits. Because at Walmart, when I worked at Walmart, 32.5 hours was considered part-time. If you went to 33 or 34, then they had to pay you benefits. So you know what Walmart already did? They made sure you were not working over 32.5 hours.
That's right. They said, oh, you need some benefits? No worries.
Oh, no. And so the thing is, you know, a lot of people are eliminated. You know, companies do surveys on this stuff. Companies are always trying to figure out how to cut costs. It's the law of economics, to get the most with the least. And a lot of people don't realize companies, there's no integrity in a company. There is, all they want to do is make money. So when a lot of y'all get out here and say, ooh, I want to look good and represent the company. When you look good for the company and represent them, I hope you're out there networking, trying to build a spider web to get up out of there. Because if you do all this work for a company and have a mishap, they will get rid of you and say, well, you were getting 100,000. We're going to bring somebody in and make it 50. So we're saving $50,000. We're saving $50,000. And a lot of people just don't see the writing on the wall.
They don't even see it. When you talk to truckers, you talk to all these people, nobody sees that. Hey baby, don't go buy a bunch of TVs and cars and crap because you driving a truck on the road. Insurance about to go up from 1 million to 2 million next year. You know that, right?
Well,
a lot of the guys you would use to drive that truck, they got a felony, they ain't gonna be able to drive that truck. There's a lot of people not listening. So each TJ Speak says, let's talk about the grocery stores. Going to the grocery store after work is a nightmare. Got one cashier, old as F, can barely ring 20 people in line, spend a whole hour there for simple items. Yeah. And that's why if you go to Whole Foods, I can go on Amazon.com right now, type in what I need from the store, drive over there 15 minutes, and it be ready. The girl got to bring it out to me. That's a lot of the future, y'all. Each Cent said when the stimmy runs out of service industries may suffer because many former service employees, retail, food, hospitality, decided to move to other industries like warehouse manufacturing. I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all saw I did the show yesterday on the family with the 7 kids. Come on, y'all. These people, Glenn and Cameron had a video title yesterday, People Still Smoke Crack. I hollered, all right? I didn't even get to watch it. But you have to okay, I did watch that one. I said, Glendon, these people ain't getting no vaccinations unless somebody making them. These people ain't doing that mess. That's why they on TV promoting, advertising, trying to give away free guns in West Virginia, free ammo, because these people are not doing it. So you're talking to a society of people that will not do it unless they are forced to. Like the pain is so bad. Like when Obama was in office, I remember they had 2 years unemployment. You could get it for 2 years. What happened to 70% of people when they got the unemployment ran out? They applied for disability. Oh, I was depressed. Oh, I'm this. I know I've seen this play out before. This is nothing new. And so this is why I tell people, when people be like, these women is getting divorced. No, these women ain't. Divorce is at all-time lows. They locked in there. He got to run out the door to get away from her, right? Because it don't make no sense.
Well, I see some people in the chat, data analytics, big data, business intelligence. Those are good fields to get certifications in to go into. And I saw somebody post a comment, 2K mortgage. Rent is going up. I don't know where people expect to live at. $1,500. I was talking to somebody today.
Standard.
Their rent is $1,500. And down here in South Carolina, $2,000 a month will get you a night. Okay, this is the analogy I give people. Do you want to be on top of people, or do you want to have a house with space and try to control what's around you? Because if you live out, as long as you got a good infrastructure to where you got good internet, you can work from home. But who wants where your house is next to the next person? There's a road going down the middle. You have no control. Or would you rather pay the extra money and get 2 to 3 acres by yourself to where the houses are spaced out? That is just all what you want to do. So, I read stuff, and I'm just saying, I know $2,000 a month is it's a lot of money to pay for a mortgage, but you have to think about it. Where do you want to live at? Rent, some people mortgage used to be $1,000 about 10 plus years ago.
People mortgage is $300. Dr. Biggs, I am from North Carolina, where them people buying $80,000 homes. And you got them out there in Columbia and South Carolina too. They buy $80,000 home, mortgage is $500, and they still complaining. Baby, it ain't gonna get no lower. It ain't gonna get no lower for you.
Well,
some of y'all cracking me up in the chat talking about Domino's phone ordering is automated. This one said a favorite old crime in Atlanta is to drive around and steal mail and gather people info to foul their IRS and steal their money. This has been going on for over a decade. Watch your mailbox. The funny part about that, Geechee Dan, is they still want you to use the mailbox. This is why the UPS store makes so much money and the post office still makes money. Instead of people still receiving their packages at home, they force them to go to the mailbox.
Yep. And the only thing I get in the mail is newspapers and stuff. And living in the country, I burn my mail, but everything else I get electronic. Any kind of bill, I get it electronic. I use the postal service to mail something, but if I want something to really get someplace, I go to UPS or FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can track it. And I don't know if y'all remember the commercials from a while back, but the UPS try to have the one box that fits to compete with FedEx or the UPS. And a couple of years ago, FedEx went to the U.S. Postal Service and said, you can contract out delivering mail to us. The U.S. Postal Service said, no, we don't want to do that. The guy came to the house in my small town. The UPS driver said, I had 160 stops today.
Ooh, honey.
He said, yeah, we can't keep drivers. He said, no, you don't have to have a CDL to drive this truck. He said, we can't even keep drivers because they keep wrecking the trucks. He said, I had 160 stops. I said, so what time do you start? He said, 9:30. And pretty much whenever I stop, I stop. And he said, I only work 5 days a week, but
isn't he making 80K? A lot of these UPS FedEx driver boys making 80K. It's hard for them to make 80K anywhere else, though.
Well, and with Amazon, he said everybody orders everything with Amazon. I said, y'all are not about to slow down anytime soon.
Anytime.
No, so UPS drivers and everything else. So that's something that can't be automated because somebody has to physically deliver a package and place it on somebody's door. I mean, their door, their porch or whatever. But you have to remember too, one of the things is with those kinds of systems going around, I think Antoine Wade does supply chain. That is a big thing because somebody has to figure out how to get one thing to the next place. And
so, Dr. Dix, on this one, everybody in the comments, if you're watching this video right now, put a yes in the comments if you watch this, if you use any of these. Software most commonly used in automatic workflows: Google Workspace, Slack, MailChimp, Trello, Twitter, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign, Facebook lead ads, Airtable, or Calendly. And if you're in my laptop to ATM to laptop class, you already know we talk about these often.
Yeah.
Put a yes in the comments if you use any of these, because you know what they most help with? reducing manual data entry. That means including copying and pasting from one platform to another. Lead management also includes following up with new leads, 30%. Document creation and organization, including meetings, agendas, to-do lists, managing inventory and distribution.
Yep. And oh man,
look at this. They've got all the calendars. Most commonly automatic tasks, 38%. Data entry. What's the job you always tell people? Hey, you can always go do data entry. They taking that away from y'all. 38%. 32%. Document creation and organization. I remember I had somebody who was young on staff, and we tried to get them to do a PowerPoint presentation. Tell me why they couldn't do it. Lead management and inventory management and distribution. Y'all, these are jobs, classic jobs that women can do, and men that want to sit in air conditioning want to do. This is where it's at. I'm telling you.
It's larger automation. Wow.
This thing said, Goddess Noel said, Amazon already automated their HR. People were fired via text. Honey, I would claim emotional distress and sue. I would sue.
Yes. A lot of Jeff Bezos and a lot of the other companies have figured out a way to just take people out of the process and see. I don't know if y'all read this or saw the articles, 4 million people quit their jobs in March for a better work-to-life balance. So that's thrown a monkey wrench into the plans too, because I look at those videos and read the articles. People now are figuring out they want a better work-to-life balance. So companies now saying, okay, we got to anticipate people not wanting to come back to work, so we could just automate it. Like people going around selling insurance and stuff. You have insurance agencies. And people going around selling this. I think now they sell there was some other kind of insurance I was reading that they were trying to sell. Something, that new thing they came up with. Somebody in the chat that sells insurance or does anything, does this kind of stuff.
They have a white page, white label for insurance as well now. BK from the Rocky said, academia has a lot of politics, unfortunately. You can have degree and experience but not get hired by university because you aren't frat. Natasha said cloud commuting and robotic process automation certs. I've seen a robot nurse. These robots gonna take over.
Oh, they have robot waitresses. Did y'all see that in Japan when the coronavirus first happened? They had a robot bringing the food out to people. So that way they minimize human to human contact to not spread the virus.
Well, if you go to Japan and Korea, they have the slots where they slide your food out.
Yep.
So that you don't have to talk to people.
And to the young man that mentioned about the interview, and it's all about how you present yourself it's all how you present yourself. Your knowledge base. What are you talking about?
It depends, Nicole. It depends on where you live and how many kids. I'm pretty sure that family we talked about yesterday with the 7 kids and 2 adults can use $6,000 a month I'm pretty sure that's what they're using now.
$72,000 a year. And somebody wrote in the chat, man, you don't need $100,000 before you get married. Please, you need $100,000+ by yourself. Okay, so let's look at it like this. So why would you want to marry a guy that does not make any money? Somebody answer that for me, because if a guy doesn't need to make a substantial amount of money till he gets married, then somebody will complain, he doesn't make enough money, I'm gonna leave him and divorce him. So you don't want the man to already have his act together before he marries you. That's basically what you're saying. You want him to struggle with you, and then you end up leaving him saying, well, I thought it was going to take a little bit short. It's taking longer for us to get the money right. As being a man, I am telling you, you want to come with all your ducks in order, and you need to make much money. Women need to make as much money as they can, because nobody
they can exit. I mean, honestly, if you're a woman, if you can pay off your debt as a woman and pay off your car, them Altimas, everybody driving them Altimas, and you don't have no debt, and some man's like, hey, we need to move over here, we need to leave this state. You need to be able to be flexible with that. I'm just gonna say, I watched this one girl YouTube. She's a school teacher in Atlanta. Old boy's a school teacher in Indiana. She's like, come down here so you can make more money. Honey, you live in Atlanta. You still a school teacher in Atlanta. Girl, if you don't go on up there to Indiana where that man is and call it a day. Now, somebody asked in the chat, well, which certifications? Now, this is where I get a little frustrated, because I want people to actually do research, but I will pull up a screen here to show y'all, because I know people like to be spoon-fed. So I'm gonna just go ahead with it and call it a day.
Oh, and one thing I want to tell a lot of y'all get misled on. You being a Black person, just gonna call it how it is, you cannot just make it off of certifications. You must have a bachelor's degree in computer science, computer engineering, or some kind of technology. The certification is a good way to start off. You're going to hit what we call a earning ceiling. No, you're not going to compete. You got to remember, you're competing against people that look like you, people from other countries. How are you going to make it? One of the worst things you want to do is look at a job description and stroll all the way to the bottom and it says bachelor's degree. Companies, a bachelor's degree is basically nothing but a high school diploma now, but you have to have a bachelor's degree minimum. And in the next couple of years, I tell anybody I know, in the next 5 to 10 years, a master's degree is going to be the minimum requirement to get a job.
For certain jobs. I will put it this way. I feel a lot of college is going to go away. Yeah. But here's what's going to happen, because we're doing a massive reset out here. This is what's going to happen. And I'm trying to be gentle with y'all. I'm trying to be caring. I'll give you an example in Fayetteville, North Carolina. A Korean business owner owned all the AT&Ts. And he had all Korean, half Black and Korean, half white and Korean kids, military kids. He was putting them in management positions and putting them in stuff. Now, when they put the application online, it said, oh, have a bachelor's degree, have this. But everybody knew internally he was going to hire whoever. There was one Black guy. He had always been a shift leader, and one Korean girl. She just graduated high school, but she was going to school, finishing her degree. Okay, finishing. And the Black dude was like, hey, I'm about to be done with my degree too. He said, well, whichever one is y'all done with your degree first can be the manager over this whole building. Now, let me go ahead and tell you, this was in Fayetteville. They only just getting paid $48,000 a year. And that was just for a bachelor's degree. Now, you may say, well, Erica, that's an independent owner. He can do what he wants. No, that's going on nationwide. Because somebody can just be in an office, don't know you from Adam, and go, okay, well, which one of them got the degree? Okay, that one. Now, I'm not recommending everybody run out and go get a degree, but I'm just telling you, you can get your foot in the door with certifications. But if somebody comes up in 2 or 3 years later and go, hey, Robert, do you got your degree? Were you going to school? Watch out for that. That's going to come through. That's going to come through because you got a lot of these people from India coming over. They are ready. If they got to go to school after hours, they're going to do it. Now, I'm going to go over these valuable certifications because y'all asked. You've heard them before on this channel, but we'll do it again. AWS Certified Solutions, Certified Cloud Security Professional, Certified Data Privacy Solutions Engineer, Certified Data Professional, Certified Ethical Hacker, okay, ethical, Certified Information Security Manager. Somebody type this in the chat as I'm saying them, and as you can see them on the screen. Certified Information System Security Professional, Cisco Certified Internet Work Expert, Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, CompTIA, A+, Cloud Plus, Security Plus. You've heard that always before on this channel. A+, Cloud Plus, Security Plus. Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect, Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate / Expert, Oracle Database and MySQL Administrative Certifications, Project Management Professional, Salesforce Certified Development Lifecycle and Deployment Designer. Now, I'm going to copy and paste these into the chat because people are acting like, what?
I want to be honest with a lot of folks. It doesn't matter the certifications you have or the experience or degree. If you don't have soft skills, you're not going to make it. On a lot of jobs now, that is becoming a big problem. A lot of people don't have any soft skills. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to get along with people. You can have all the criteria, and when you get to the actual interview, they're going to say, you don't have soft skills. So how do you get along with people and deal with conflict? Nobody wants people on their team that cannot handle conflict or deal with other people. So you can't go in there saying, well, I have all the certifications and stuff. I could have all the certifications and can't make it. Well, why don't I get a job? After a while, if you keep going on jobs, I had to realize this myself on interviews. It can't always be the interviews. It can be, but sometimes it could be, you could be the problem. And you have to have good soft skills. And you have to go in there being confident. You're going in here, saying, well, you look good on paper, but can you convey the information? I'm just telling you what I've heard, and what I heard from where I work at now, and you have to make decisions. People want people that are confident and have balls to make decisions. So if you're a timid person, it's going to be very hard for you to ever be a VP of a company because you have to be thorough and you have to be able to make decisions. That's pretty much how it rolls. And it's the same thing at every other company. Just make decisions and be confident and have soft skills. Get along with people. Find out who the people are at the job that make the decisions and get along with them, because it's not what you know, it's who you know a lot of the times. Because
that requires people to build an actual life.
yeah,
that's what we talk about here a lot on off camera. A lot of us YouTubers talk about people building a life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the YouTubers you see kind of weighing off or go do other stuff, they're building a life. For the next 9 months, I'm going to a bunch of masterminds and events and stuff like that, because it has to be a combination of off this computer. It just does, in order for people to have a real life. So again,
yeah, you just have to learn how to have soft skills and deal with people, because a lot of people don't know how to talk to people, and a lot of people, if you're an extrovert, it's going to be hard to really, you got to learn how to get along with people. I'll tell anybody on the job, don't be the person to where, pre-COVID, to where, I'm not going out with them when they go to lunch. Well, the manager over there could probably say, Patrick, you never go to lunch with us. Well, there goes your promotion or us sending you to another place to do something. People don't realize when you get into these positions, you get there and you're able to network and to meet other people. But you have to be able to have good soft skills. Just learning how to talk to people.
For sure.
Your resume has to pretty much mirror who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go in here putting on the front, be you, but also it's tough. I mean, I know it's a tough world out here, but I tell everybody, go in there, put down what you know to do, be confident, do your job, come to work every day smiling. Thank God every day you wake up, that you can get up and do stuff. And I see a lot of people mad at the world. No, a lot of y'all need to be mad at your families and your parents for lying to you the whole time, thinking, life was some easy pass. You mad at me and you mad at everybody else around you because your life is not the way it wants to go. It's not going the way that you want it to go. You need to have a deep talk with your parents and your family that lied to you. Because I have seen more people with scrunched up faces. Every day I wake up, I'm going to be honest. Some days, I don't want to go to work or do what I got to do. But I said, wow, it's another day for me to get things right. But you have to learn to take advantage of every day, because this could be the day that you find an ideal or think of something that makes you a millionaire. But a lot of people just...
Hold on a second. Nomad Black, you are about near spamming the chat. Just email admin@classyclimbers.com or go book it in Calendly. We will get you set up on the calendar. Just book it. We'll pick a date. We'll get you on the show. Just book it through there. Just admin at Classy Climbers. That's all. We see you. I definitely want you guys to understand. Kelly Ortega had a question. She said, are these standalone certs, or is this on top of IT background? What people have to realize is a lot of people don't have an IT background, and you don't have to have one. We had the Miss Tamika on. Again, it's Linux, a cloud system, and one other thing. Somebody help me remember what it was. But a lot of this stuff gets your foot in the door, and they will pile on training you. Right? Because I keep telling y'all, if you're going to make $50,000 to $100,000 in the next 5 years, it's going to be a lot of training. Cloud plus, security plus, any of those. It's going to be a lot of training. So you just got to get your foot into the door. And then a lot of it is them deciding, okay, well, you might need this now.
Yeah.
Okay, you might need this now. Okay, you might need this now. Right? So stuff like that, they will make sure to update you. Right? There you go. There she is in the chat right there. So again, there's a lot of tech, but there's the 1, 2, 3 she named off in the channel. Again, remember, you got to have some stuff to come through the door, but you don't have to have everything, right? Yep. So this is the thing. I just want y'all to understand that.
You got to have something.
Sandra said the same thing. She was a freelance instructional designer. She would work 3 to 4 months, manage my money, and for the remainder of the year, at least until the next contract came up. There you go. There you go. So again, you guys, I want you to get over the whole, hey everybody, I want to get into tech, but there's so many barriers. You got to at least, and I talk about this in Laptop to ATM, go on the website and go look up what they're requesting. In my class, I literally show you most of the jobs are not requesting that much. They're not even requesting a certain bachelor degree. They're just trying to get people into the door, and then they're going to start training you the way they want. And then if they start asking you to get more certifications, you can go get them at that point.
Yep. And oh, the question I see, Frida James, if you don't have a BS in computer science, but in something else, do you need to get a BS in computer science? It depends on what you're trying to do. I saw her $5 super chat. It depends on what you're trying to pursue. So one of the things too is, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Oh, a lot of y'all are, I've said this numerous times, a lot of y'all are afraid of debt. You'll buy a A7 Audi, but won't go get a degree or certification. I was talking to somebody earlier. I don't want to get in debt to get my master's degree. It's expensive, but you taking trips all the time. Please, it's what's important. Without certain credentials and certain skill sets, you are at a price ceiling. And there are going to be jobs in the future. You got to have certain criteria to meet. There's no other way to say it. And you can't get mad at life when they want this criteria met. And you can't complain about it, because you're going to look back and say, wow, when I was younger, I had the time to get that certification. Read the HR manual at your job to see what they will pay for. A lot of these places will pay for you to get your degree.
They really will.
And they'll say, you got to work with us for 3 years. I say, y'all don't see how the game is played. Okay, you work with us for 3 years, but if they lay you off.
The average person works for a company for 3 years in America anyway, or less. So now you got skills and you can go out the door.
Yep. And you have to learn how the system works, because if they get rid of you before that period ends, you don't owe the debt back because they had to break the contract. Read the HR manual. When you get there, read everything, educational credits. People always like people that are trying to do something. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to work not today, but tomorrow, and see what other stuff I can take. Pending the COVID thing, I would try to go travel anywhere and get a different skill set. Use your job just the way they're using you. They're using you for stuff. Use them. But
Frida James said, question, if you don't have a BS, and I guess CS is computer science, but something else, so you need to get a BS. Frida James, no, I think you need to get what we just talked about is Linux, cloud, AWS certificates, and then apply for the job. They'll let you know if you need more items. Just trying to go, I'm going to say this, and I just mean this in all respect. A lot of people, this is what they're going to do. I'm going to tell you right now, Dr. Dix, this is what a lot of people are going to do. They're going to try the old hustle. What's the old hustle, Dr. Dix? I'm going to go back to school. I can't find no job. So I'm going to go back to school and use that refund check each semester to live well. Mm-hmm. Y'all, that's an old hustle. Let that go. Okay? The stuff y'all really need to do. If you see how that family of 7 the other day we had out there, go ahead, get these certifications in your off time, have it in your LinkedIn resume, and see what doors open for you. Now, once your foot's in the door, if they ask you, hey, are you working on another degree? Then you can pull are you guys compensating for the degree? Are you guys doing reimbursements for the degree? Now you got a double. I'm just gonna tell you, got a double dip there, but you got some extra incentive to go get the degree, because now you know it can move you up in ranks. But don't go, hey, I need to go back to school, because that's what I see a lot of people already doing. I saw so many people sign up online for college. I said, well, for what? Well, we stuck in the house. It's a good time to do it. Go get them certifications, get your foot in the door. You already told you about Kamala and boy, now quit playing.
But like you said, people are going to try to do it. They're going to try to cheat the game and going to end up, man, you know what they were talking about? That ain't even work, man. Eric, they don't even know what they're talking about. No, you didn't follow it the way we told you to follow it. And the thing is, as you get around people in life, I just also knew, I just always knew as a person, I never wanted to look at the education part of any job. I've always wanted to supersede that. Maybe I'm different from people, but I never wanted to have to read that part. I wanted to read the skills, what they need. So that's just how I've always wanted to be. And I just think it's a good method to follow. Make sure you have the certs and the degree, but you're not going to make it without one of the either or. You got to have both. You might as well, if you're 22 years old now, just say it's going to be a tough road. I'm going to get my certifications. I'm going to get my bachelor's degree, and I might start on my master's degree and do all of this in 7 years, because you don't have anything else left to do. I mean, you might as well spend the time getting everything ready. I said, how do y'all think the U.S. military is so proficient in what they do? They're planning and they're executing. They spend 90% of the time planning.
A lot of courses repetitive. Isma Ray, I'm gonna read hers real quick. You really have to weigh the pros and cons of for each degree and related career. My friend went back to school to get his MBA so he can make $180,000 out the door. He has 1 year left. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like this: if somebody's gonna make 180 out the door, let's just talk about what we talked about before. 76% of all working Americans, 150 million working Americans, make less than 30,500 a year.
No, that's not right.
It is out of 150 million Americans, 30,500 a year. I'll pull it up, Dr. Dix.
Oh, well, not that. I was talking about the 180.
Reading somebody else. So if he's going to make 180 out the door, 180,000, whatever the job, wherever he's at, the company or job is asking him for 180,000 out the door. He'll pay that off in a year if he's really disciplined. If he's smart, between taxes and paying off that, hey, they pay it off or he pay it off. Knock it out.
But it's taken me 15 plus years to get where I'm at. It takes men until their mid 30s to really get down to financial stuff of life and to learn how the processes work. I started at 22 going to school, so you got to say 15 years since 2006, trying to making the ups, the downs, the crawls, taking it forward, taking it backwards. So it's going to take time to get it right. You're going to have to start in crappy jobs. That's another thing we need to cover. Very few people start off in a high-paying job the time they graduate school. You're going to have to start off doing crappy stuff to build your way up. Because the thing is, that's just out of process. My friend is getting an MBA for consulting. It is at Cornell, went to Brown, both Ivies. But what's the difference of his MBA and somebody getting an MBA for somewhere else?
I'm gonna read off a few of these, and then I got to wrap it up because I actually have a Rise 20% class. Yeah. Sherry, the business plan. If you built the network, they wouldn't be so worried about the degree. Over 40% of jobs come from your network. Sherry, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go there. A lot of people have spent the past 10 years goofing off, partying, traveling, Miami, Atlanta, vacation. And the people that were on a different pathway, school, networking, these masterminds, all this stuff, they don't interact with each other. So that's why I tell you, you start getting these certifications, you put it on your LinkedIn resume, you start kind of mingling in these circles, it'll open that door up. But you're right. A lot of jobs are hired from within. So really the point is get your foot in the door so you can at least be hired within. I will read a few more and I'm going to wrap it up. Doing that Google Data Analytics certification right now, only $40 a month for a small catalog of certifications. Oh, I'm sorry if it seems like we're disagreeing. We're not disagreeing. I'm just telling you long term, I'm telling you to get your foot in the door. But what Dr. Dix is saying is right. If they come at work and they go, we got 10 people on staff, they're all Indian, and they got Jessica over here. And Jessica ain't got no degree. And Jessica she only got the basic certificates. Who they gonna keep on that job? The rest of all them 10 Indian guys with their degrees and master's degrees and certification, or Jessica with 3 degrees in a community college associates? Who's staying on that job? That's just the truth of it. Like, yes, I want you to get your foot in the door. But at some point, what Dr. Dix is saying is right. They're just going to look on a piece of paper. It's not even going to be a person anymore. It's going to be an HR automatic person that goes, all these people over here got everything we need. Oh, we found 10 people who don't have what we need. They don't have all the skills. They don't have all the stuff. We're going to have to let them go.
Yep.
So that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, that like a lot of people think, hey, I'm going to get one certification and make $150,000 a year right out the gate. It's some layers to this. What Dr. Dix is saying is right. You have to understand these people are going to get you in the door. They don't mind. They don't mind getting you in the door. But they're going to be like, let's see here who on staff is not holding their weight. Right? Oh, man, she just said somebody fired because they tried to cheat. Lied about having lab experience. Okay, come on now. That's crazy. So anyway, but that's something I really wanted. Stop it. He just said the cheat code. Agencies don't see. That's how you're gonna get there and get put out. Get put all the way out. So, but that's just what I wanted. I just want to get y'all in there. I just want you to understand that, like, You have maybe another 7 months before India. Now I'm gonna just put it to you like this. I'm a person that's a long view person. Okay. He's so funny. I'm a long view person. Kamala already told you we're gonna have 500,000 Indian folks coming in. We have chain immigration right now, which means they can bring in 12 family members, correct? Okay, so let's do some real math. That's about 5 to 6 million people that's gonna come in this door. And they're gonna lock it down. So right now, India's in a tiny spell of hell right now. They are on lockdown. They can't send people out. They can't have people come over here. Now, if you in India right now, you got some skill, and they lift them restrictions, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Come to America. You're gonna be out of there like hotcakes. You're gonna take whatever low paying amount that they will pay you. So, like I just said, if you're Jessica, getting your butt in the door by the skin of your teeth, Jessica, if they offer to pay for you to get your degree, go ahead and do that. That's all we're trying to say here. Get off your butt. Get a certificate. Go change your LinkedIn. Get in the door. But guess what? This is an ongoing process, right? It's an ongoing process. But anyway, I just had to do that. But yeah, y'all, we got to wrap it up. We've been out here an hour and 10 minutes. Dr. Dix, what's your Calendly link? We're going to put it in the chat. We're also going to put it in the description. If you look on his screen, Dr. Dix has his Calendly link. Let me do it like this. Let me remove this off. Let me do it like this. There you go. Dr. Dix Calendly link is right there. Let me get close up.
Yep.
Calendly.com, Dr. Dix. I'm telling you, hop on the phone with him, talk with him. He's been teaching in school for a long time. I want y'all to understand, y'all, it's sliding, it's changing, right? So I wouldn't personally, I'm gonna just tell you this way, I wouldn't personally go, you know what, Erica, I'm gonna go do 4 more years of school. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get some certs, get my foot in the door, and when they ask me, hey, Miss Erica, you gonna finish this degree?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna finish this extra certification? Yep. Oh yes. I've been planning on doing that this whole time. I'm just trying to tell y'all, like, work smarter, not harder. Get your foot in the door first. Don't try to pull I'm gonna go to school for 4 years and get some financial refund check. And then you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be 45, 50 years old trying to get your foot in the door. When you could have got your foot in the door 4 years ago and let them pay for it. That's all I'm trying to say, y'all. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to do. Congrats, Ashton. I'm telling you, congrats. Dr. Dix, I know I have your link in here somewhere, but it's on the screen. It's literally calendlylink.com, Dr. Dix. Yeah. It's not even hard. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I think next Tuesday we have Miss Tammy on, or we have somebody else on. I think we have him or what's his name? Sub-Zero. Somebody's coming on. I forgot who, but somebody's coming on. But it'll be another Tech Tuesday before we go out on the road. So I just want you guys to come on out here. Anyways, Dr. Dix, tell them where they can find you and tell them closing thoughts real quick here.
You can find me on LinkedIn too. Somebody sent me a request the other day, Dr. Patrick Dix. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. That's my Calendly link. I do consultations. I'll still, with my schedule before it gets busy coming up, I can help you. I've had people from Erica's channel reach out to me, and I'm glad, and I like helping people. So, and one of the last thought is just to believe in yourself. And I don't want anybody to take the information we're saying negatively, but the truth is the truth. This is
big. It's coming.
This is coming. And a couple of months from now, when it gets cold, it's October, the time has changed back, it's freezing. You'll say, wow, I should have prepared. So preparation could save you a lot of headache in life.
All right, you guys. Hey, listen, y'all cracking me up. Listen, she said it. I graduated today from Digital Crafts Full Stack Immersive Certificate Program. I'm so relieved getting my foot in the door. Listen, get your foot in the door. Y'all, winter's coming. I can say it 500 times. But what you're going to understand is, I'm going to put it to you like this. What I learned is people don't get real serious till them kids get back in school. And they start sitting down while the kid at school doing the math on that sheet of paper. Oh, we don't have enough money. Oh, I need to go get a job. Oh, I can't seem to get a job anywhere. What's the problem out here? Just quit playing, y'all. Quit playing out here. Okay, guys. Thanks, Dr. Dix, for coming through. You guys have a great day.
All right.